I wanted to record this simply because Dupuytren's contracture is actually something that is genetic. So there's a possibility that my offspring might wind up with this problem. My sister has it, and we're guessing that it came from my mother because my mom had very pink hands. It's really kind of funny, but her her palms were very reddish, and mine have gotten more and more like that over the years. So you can see in this where the arrow is, the cord inside my hand is contracting, pulling my finger up, and this is my best effort to hold my hand flat. The little finger became bent at 45 degrees right to my hand, almost useless when you think about it. So on Tuesday, 7/27/21, Xiaflex was injected into my cord in that hand, and it was bandaged. And the procedure took a very short time, less than a half an hour. The Xiaflex is a very expensive serum, and our insurance looked like it was a five-figure cost that's stored frozen. And the doctor wouldn't even thaw it out until I was sitting in the waiting room for fear that it might go to waste if I changed my mind. So my doctor suggested Tylenol or ibuprofen for the pain, which is really amazing when you think about that. That office does not prescribe any form of narcotics. So before the injection of the Xiaflex, the doctor sprayed a chilling agent on my hand to help numb my hand, and it did almost nothing. This is 2 days after the Xiaflex injection on 7/29, as I prepared for the manipulation to straighten out my finger. Where you can see the slight bruising, you can see the cord has been greatly reduced. It's actually dissolved a little bit. And I was told to expect the possibility of a skin tear when the finger was straightened out, because what they do is they pull it back and force it back. So when it was straightened out, since it had been deformed that long, they said there was a good possibility that there would be a tear, and it did tear. After the manipulation, which is when that thing was torn, I had this appliance made to keep my newly straightened finger from bending back as I sleep. I had to wear that thing most of the day. And though the bandages were not necessary for the long haul, I need to wear this brace while sleeping to keep my fingers straight as long as I could stand it. After the manipulation, I was able to remove the bandages and clean the wound, and this is what it looked like. I'm not going to stay on this one very long, but man, it was really something. This is 1 week after the Xiaflex injection, 8/5/21. It amazed me how quickly the thing was healing, and at age 70, I thought that was pretty cool. The day after my return for a quick check to see how I was progressing, the doctor walked me through some rehabilitation exercises. He said I needed to be diligent about my exercises and that I should be able to make a fist by our next visit. I was almost there, feeling pretty good about it. On Saturday, August 7th, this is 9 days after the manipulation, where the tear happened. Look at this. I was astounded at the healing. This is the other side. You can still see at that point in time my little finger, and it still has a bit of a swollen look to it. My third finger, my ring finger, now is normal. I can wear a ring again. But here we go. This is November 2022. You can see my finger, when I hold it, still pulls forward substantially. I work every day to stretch this thing so it won't get worse. I don't know if my efforts are going to be worthwhile, but I do it anyway. However, my hand is useful now. At least I can type, and I can even play my bass guitar. Now, my right hand is deformed too. I'm not going to take pictures of that. It's bent differently, and the person who did my work said that it might not even retain feeling in it if I tried to do that one with the Xiaflex. So I may just live with it. And I got another idea too. Doctors are practicing medicine. I know that. Maybe someday I'll find one that has had a bit more practice than the one that I actually went to get this thing done so far. I hope this gives you some good information. It's not like it's a fun thing to deal with, but if you have to deal with it, you might as well know my story.